morning and welcome to Getting Into Your Flow in Life. This is an actual interactive session where we will be clearing abandonment and emotional blocks to connecting to what we're here to do and to moving into the flow of being guided by Spirit. We're doing this under the new moon energy today, which is a beautiful thing. It's a group session, so we'll be going through in a more structured manner than a typical session would be, where we would normally specifically follow your body's energy system until the energy ran out. Today we're going through a more structured, archetypical sort of clearing, which applies to many systems at the same time. If you've come to this session, then obviously this jives with what your next step is going to be on your path. The session will run until the energy runs out. That's always the way I handle it, and part of the reason that should you decide to work with me in the future, I always do a per session price. That way no one has to worry about, is it going to cost me extra? We're running over. You can just sit in the energy and ride it all the way through without those concerns. Your body generally reacts intensely to these things as we go through the process. So if you are yawning or coughing or sneezing or burping or farting or any of that sort of thing, it is not unexpected, and it's a sign that we're moving through the things that need to move through. And so I don't expect a lot of apologies for that. We just acknowledge that this is the process doing what it's supposed to do. Does anybody have any questions from my lovely group here before we start?
No.
All right. Very good. So I will go ahead and open the session. You can just sit back and receive this. Just close your eyes and feel into your body. Relax in and get comfortable. Your body may start talking to you. As issues surface, they will present in your body in different ways. Discomfort, knots, pain, tingling, these sorts of things. Just observe your body and thank it for the information that it's bringing to you. I am one with the presence, power, and consciousness of Spirit, the creative God force that moves within all things. We open our hearts to the love and warmth of divine presence now. I ask for grace and healing for all those in attendance today and in attendance in the future to bring us into our most perfect healing, wholeness, and alignment at this time. Please clear me, my workspace, and the person I am working with. If there is anything stopping me from working with anyone in this group or future groups, any blocks, issues, interference, programs, beliefs, perceptions, feelings, judgments, thoughts, discordant energy, fears, contracts, promises, agreements, expectations, or anything that has not been mentioned that needs to be cleared, please may it be cleared now. The body consciousness co-creates with your higher self and the I Am presence to facilitate your process in this lifetime. They're responsible for maintaining the life functions of your bodies and for supporting your ascension process by encoding and establishing higher light frequencies throughout your bodies. They have the knowledge of imbalances and blockages within your matrix that are out of alignment with your original divine blueprint. So I'm going to address your body consciousness now. I request the body consciousness to co-create harmoniously with me and with my divine self to activate your process to the light at one with all that is. Are you willing to give me access to the necessary information for perfect healing of body, mind, and spirit, and join me in this service now? And your body physically responds to that. Is there anyone who got a no in response to that? Very good. If you are on the recording and you received a note, we're just going to go through and we're going to clear any of those blocks that popped up. If there's anything stopping me from working with the person who got the no, any blocks, interferences, issues, programs, beliefs, perceptions, feelings, judgments, thoughts, discordant energy, fears, contracts, promises, agreements, expectations, or anything that has not been mentioned that needs to be cleared, please may it be cleared now. Thank you. I request an alignment with my healing team in the higher dimensions, those who will work co-creatively with me, only with the purest love, compassion, integrity, grace, for the highest will and good of all beings. I welcome and embrace the overlighting healing divas, Pan, the White Brotherhood psychic surgeons, the medical and healing team, the angels and archangels, and any other specialists required. Thank you. I ask for a clear and perfect channel that is of the highest vibrations of love and light, dedicated to the service of the divine and all that is. Please balance and align my working space and personal field with all higher dimensional grids to create protection, clarity, stability, and perfect alignment. Thank you. So since we have a diverse group, I'm going to do a little bit of balancing before we start. But first, a layer of interference needs to go out. Many of us have trouble letting go of people who've passed on. And they also have trouble letting go of us. So I'm going to go ahead and clear some earthbound souls. I call Archangel Michael, Archangel Azrael, and the beings of light. Please create a tunnel of light to take these earthbound souls to their right and proper place. We welcome any beings who know them to help and support this process. Sometimes people get concerned at this point that they will lose contact with these souls that have been around them, especially ones who can see them. You don't need to be concerned. The transition is a short one. It allows them to go up to the higher levels and to debrief and to clean themselves of lower energy programs that might be running. And it allows them to return to help you more effectively and more objectively than they can if they don't transition first. Since there is a large difference in the experience of time between here and the higher levels, you will experience it as a short absence, regardless of how long it took them on the other side, and vice versa. So release any concern that you have about allowing them to cross over. Okay. And repeat with me. This is no longer your home. It is now time for you to leave the Earth's vibrations. Turn and look around you. You will see a light. Go to the light. Go to the light now. The angels and your loved ones are waiting to lead you to your own appointed time and place. Go to the light. You are free and healed. Go now with our love and blessings. Thank you, angels, for your help and assistance with this. There's a miscellaneous list of other things that can attach to you that can interfere with your energies as well. And I'm going to release the entire list of them. Some will apply to you, some will not apply to you. You can just drink this in and receive it. Healing team, please clear and remove all these energy beings, discarnate energies in the subtle bodies, entities, past life discarnates, dark energies, dark forces, satanic forces, demonic forces, satanics and demonics, leeches, energy parasites, implants, backlash, devas, luciferians, energies of unknown origin or consciousness, and discarnates in possession. Their attachments and any residual energy of whatever level or dimension they reside. Please take them to their next highest step where they will be made whole. Make any necessary repairs to stabilize and secure everyone's energy field in this group. And put up shields to prevent any further interference. Purity Elohim, break resonance please and seal the fields. Healing team, please raise the vibration of all bodies to the maximum beneficial vibrations per second to maintain this clearing and keep the soul clear, aligned and grounded. Thank you. So how is everybody feeling in their bodies right now? I know many of you are on mute. If you have something you would like to share, go ahead and unmute yourself and let me know what's going on. Hi, Flux. I don't think I can hear you. I'm not sure why. I see your lips moving. Ah, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. My heart feels, well, it's hard to tell if it's open or it feels kind of like a pressure, or I definitely feel like as you were reading stuff off, it was like I was starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable because it felt kind of like when weight's taken off that you've had for a while.
Yeah, exactly. And the muscles are kind of stiff and yeah.
Kind of a, yeah. So, yeah, but I can feel my heart center it feels like it wants to expand, but there's a compression.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to work to address today. So okay. As we go through, you'll see that shift and change as different layers come off.
Okay, cool.
Beautiful. Katie.
I feel quite relaxed and free.
I like that. Anyone else?
I noticed a lot of third eye activity.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I think I would agree. I was quite dizzy actually, so it must be all of the energy that we're sharing.
Yeah, groups are much more intense than one-on-one, which is why they're beautiful for clearing things like abandonment and fear of death and disconnection from God, because they move very powerfully because of the combined energy. All right, let's move on. I'm going to give you a little bit of hydration and body balancing. Let's sit back and relax for a little bit. And we will receive. Whoa. Okay. Very good. Healing team, please correct all water problems in the brain, all portions of the brain, in the oxygen assimilation, absorption, utilization pathway, as well as the carbon dioxide disposal pathway, and all major organs in the body. Please clear this multidimensionally and for as long as is needed. Thank you. How is that feeling for everybody? I will take that as a feeling fine, but nothing special to share. Okay. The first major thing we are going to work with is around God consciousness and accessing the divine. And there are three issues that have popped up here: forsaken by God, rejected by God, and abandoned by God. These are the three major ones that we tend to come in with, and usually one is stronger for you than any of the other three. And what I want you to do is bring into your mind the ways in which this has shown up in your life. This feeling of being all alone in the fight, like the universe is stacked against you. The rug getting yanked out of you, out from under you at critical points in your life. Really, really dial into that. Feel where that is sitting in your body. Because it does. It hides out in some place in your body. It might be the knee and your unwillingness to move forward in life, because you don't trust that the ground will be there under you. It might be in your shoulders and your arms as a resistance to putting your work out into the world, having the biggest impact you can have. It might be a closed up wall around your heart to protect your very delicate, fragile self from the traumas that happen in the world, and getting beat up and rejected. Might be a feeling of generally being unsupported. Just bring that forward. You're safe now. Bring it forward. Give it as much space as it needs. Acknowledge those feelings. Acknowledge any judgment you have around yourself for having those feelings. This is a safe space to let those feelings out. They may have a message that they need to share with you. Just open your ears, your mind, and your heart to receive the message that these feelings are bringing for you. If they seem overwhelming, just breathe into them and give them more space. If they seem dangerous, just give them more space. Give them more room to express themselves, to move out and to move through. If you're feeling judged or separated from God or Goddess, just let that come up and acknowledge it and thank it for its message. Breathe into it. I might show you where this originated in your life. Just receive the understanding and the pictures that come with where this began for you. And acknowledge that it makes sense that you responded that way. It is all good. If you feel ready to release these feelings, just raise one hand and let me know that you're ready to move forward in releasing. Just breathe into these feelings. Give them more space. Excellent. Okay. Now one of these came up stronger for you, so you're going to fill in the blank with the really strong one when we do the releasing statements. So repeat with me. I release all belief,
I release all belief,
perception, and judgment
perception, and judgment
that, and you're going to fill in the beliefs that resonated for you, that I'm forsaken by God, that I'm rejected by God, that I am abandoned by God, that I'm separated by God, that I'm judged by God.
that I'm abandoned by God.
Okay. Repeat with me. I release all need
I release all need
and desire to believe that,
and desire to believe that.
and fill in that belief again. I'm
That I was abandoned by
forsaken by God, rejected by God, separated from God, judged by God. And one more. I now completely accept and believe
God. I now completely accept and believe
and instruct my subconscious mind to believe
and instruct my subconscious mind to believe
on every level of my being
on every level of my being
that I am one
that I am one
with God, energy, and source.
with God, energy, and source.
I am unconditional love.
I am unconditional love.
I am flow.
I am flow.
I am abundance.
I am abundance.
Healing team, please bring into wholeness all aspects of each person in this group now or who watches this session in the future, through all levels, all layers, all dimensions, all realities, all universes, and all time frames. Thank you. Please repair the pathways to divinity to allow for full reconnection to an embodiment of the vastness that I am. Thank you. And we're going to do some healing command codes here. You can repeat with me after these. They're very rhythmic and they repeat the same patterns over and over. So repeat with me, healing team.
Healing team,
Please awaken and activate
please awaken and activate
my original divine blueprint,
my original divine blueprint.
100%
100%
through all levels, layers,
through all levels, layers,
dimensions, and time frames,
dimensions, and time frames,
and keep the soul clear, aligned, and grounded.
and keep the soul clear, aligned, and grounded.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Healing team,
Healing team.
Healing team,
please access and encode
please access and encode
the unity frequency band
the unity frequency band
through all fields
through all fields
to all that is,
to all that is,
100%
100%
through all layers, levels,
through all layers, levels,
dimensions, and time frames.
dimensions, and time frames,
And keep the soul clear, aligned, and grounded.
and keep the soul clear, aligned, and grounded.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Healing team, please
Healing
correct
team, please correct
all misunderstanding and misinterpretation
all misunderstanding and misinterpretation
in my belief systems,
in my belief systems,
100% through all layers, levels,
100% to all layers, levels,
dimensions, and time frames.
dimensions, and time frames.
And keep the soul clear, aligned, and grounded.
And keep them clear, aligned, and grounded. Keep the
Thank
soul clear. Aligned. Thank you.
Healing team,
Healing team,
please integrate new levels of understanding and wisdom.
please integrate new levels of understanding and wisdom.
100% through all levels, layers,
100% through all levels, layers,
dimensions, and time frames.
dimensions, and time frames.
And keep the soul clear, aligned, and grounded.
And keep the soul clear, aligned, and grounded.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How is everybody feeling in their body now? Would anyone like to share?
Dizzy.
Dizzy.
Dizzy, but kind of like with a relaxed, fresh feel. It's like a combination.
Wonderful. Does anyone else have something they'd like to share from that experience? Hey, Tracy.
Hey, it was really emotional.
You're very hard to hear.
Oh,
You move your microphone closer.
is that any better?
Hello.
I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit more now. If you hold it right up, there you go. Try that.
Okay. First, my animals surrounded me. All of my animals are all around me, laying close by.
They love the energy.
And it was really emotional, a very emotional release when we did that.
Beautiful. Yes, it can be extremely emotional, especially when we're reconnecting to Source. It's an amazing experience to be dialed into that very high frequency energy. All right. So we are going to move on to working on a hidden ego agenda that's very common, and that is the agenda to stay disconnected. We get a lot of excuses for what happens to ourselves and in our lives if we're disconnected. And when we reconnect, sometimes we have to take on responsibility to what's going on around us. And I love the responsibility that you gain when you let go of the excuses. And it gives you a lot of leverage to be able to move things that are in your way when you claim your piece, however large or small, of the situation. So sit back, feel into your body. Feel into your body on where this sits, this ego agenda to stay disconnected, this place where the excuses live and the victimhood sometimes hangs out. And we all go through these moments where it's like, oh God, why me, right? And that's normal and perfectly acceptable, and you need to allow those feelings to come up and pass through and then move on into something else. So feel into where this agenda sits in your body and how it impacts your life. Okay, how is this agenda to stay disconnected showing up for you? Is it an inability to connect with what your higher self has to tell you? Is it a limitation around one or more of your psychic senses you've been unable to open? Is it just shit that pops up in your life that keeps you from moving forward? The little stumbling blocks of life that don't seem like they should be such a big deal, but they are. Okay. Bring them all up. Experience the feelings that you have around these. Let those feelings come out and play. Let them expand. And hear the messages that they have for you as they expand. the insights that they bring to you. Because as they expand, they'll show you the pattern of how things are showing up. And really lean into those feelings. Because the more you can feel them, the deeper the clearing is going to be. Just observe what they're showing you. They might show you when you started this pattern of being disconnected and why you started it. We always start these things for what feels like a really good reason. And then the need for that passes, and it's time to just let them go and move on to a different belief. Allow it to soak into your soul. What would it be like to not have this belief that you have to stay disconnected in your life? How would your life change if you released staying disconnected and became intimately, closely, continuously connected to Source and your higher self, dialed into the higher patterns of what you came here to do, what you came here to learn, and what you came here to experience? What does that look like? What does that feel like? How would your body feel if you could let that go? If you feel blocked from that vision, give that blockage space. See what it's trying to tell you. Hear what it's trying to tell you. Receive the knowledge that it's here to give you. Information comes in many forms. Thank it for what it's here to tell you. Breathe into it. And peek around the corner to what connected life is like. How are we doing? Raise your hand if you're ready to clear. Beautiful. Repeat with me, please. I, ZofiaRenea Morales, filling your real name, now acknowledge that this ego pattern to stay disconnected no longer serves me. Healing team, I command all parts of my being to release this program, including all backup programs, all copies, interference and attachments in all levels, dimensions, universes, realities, and time frames. I ask for grace and my higher self to integrate these parts of my ego,
Integrate these parts of my ego,
so that every part of my being
every
now fully accepts
fully accepts
that I am divinely guided,
And
I'm divinely
and I clearly hear my higher self.
clearly hear my house.
I clearly hear my higher self.
And honor this knowledge with action.
Acknowledge this
Honor this knowledge with action.
In complete trust. Thank you.
Thank you.
I commit to 100% willingness
I can
I commit to 100% willingness
to release and change this program now.
to release and change this program now.
How is everyone feeling now? Would you like to share, Susan? You're muted. It's down there in the corner.
There we go. Oh, I think that's great. I feel really good about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that wonderful feeling show up in your body?
Well, when you were going through the process of the releasing, I could feel the pattern, the old pattern, and all the hooks that it has, and I could just feel that coming up. It's almost like being a router in a way, and pulling up all that old gunk, and and releasing that, and owning that it means different action, and owning my enoughness.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Would anyone else like to share? Aniston?
No, it was really powerful, but it was kind of surprising because where I felt it was not where I thought I would feel it. You know what I mean? And it was actually like all of a sudden I got this sharp pain right in my third eye.
Uh-huh.
And so clearly I've had some blocks there, you know what I mean? And not been totally aware of it.
Yeah.
From an ego perspective. So that was really cool.
Exactly. It's like being born with a disability. It's normal, right? You don't realize it until it's gone, how limited you are.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Okay. Yes, Katie.
I felt connected since my early 20s. It's never gone, but I had a couple of yawns through it, which usually is a release of blocks. So without knowing. So I really appreciated the feeling of the release, what was held, what I wasn't aware of. So I love that.
Beautiful. Yay. All right, I'm going to do some chi balancing in your subtle bodies to help bring your mental body and your emotional body back into balance. We tend to get very unbalanced when we have these blocks in place because we try to compensate for them. And it's like when you have a limp, you strengthen one leg and the other leg gets weakened. We're going to balance that back so you're stable again. So just sit back and receive. I'm going to be going through a whole big long list here, so some water first. Healing team. Please revitalize the physical body blueprint. Please synchronize pulsations to correct frequency. Please align spiritual to physical. Please clear distortions in the matrix. Please clear all imbalances and enhance protective function. Please integrate with the base chakra and align with the etheric body with the other bodies. Please stabilize energy into matter. Please raise depleted energy lines. Please balance for flight and fight programming. Please clear all blocks to expanding senses. Healing team, please recharge energetic flows and clear stagnation. Please release emotional blocks and clear staticity and stickiness. Increase clarity of colors. Energize dull and dark areas. Balance emotions. Free emotional suspension. Enhance motivation for living. Release fear of emotional expression. Clear blocks in the heart. Raise self-worth to a new level. Enhance positive relationship with self. Relax self-judgment. Increase emotional security. Increase willingness to bond. Healing team, please enhance matrix of rays of golden light. Please repair breaks and tears. Please clear clarity of thought. Please clear blocks to strong sense of self. Please align to inner power. Please. We're moving all kinds of stuff today. Oh. Please energize mental dullness and underactivity. Please harmonize rational and intuitive thought. Please clear negative thought forms. Integrate left with right brain. Calm overthinking. Clear blocks to learning. Release self-judgment and self-attack. Enhance mental agility. Free negative beliefs. Expand understanding and insight. Transmute limited thinking. Enhance ability to plan. Create simultaneous access to left and right brain. Clear limited mindsets. Encode ease of learning. Clear soul records. Enhance trust of gut feeling. Enhance support to all systems. Strengthen will to interact with others. Anchor spiritual into physical. Balance for oversensitivity. Open heart to intimacy and desire. Remove responsibility for another's pain. Clear blocks to trusting gut feelings. Make free from overwhelm. Enhance loving expression and interaction. Clear auric mucus. Develop rewarding relationships. Stabilize energy for connection and intimacy. Create positive interactions with others. Strengthen positive relationship goals. Strengthen connection to soul. Clear up all distortions. Strengthen alignment to the divine. Clear and release inhibition by others' will. Enhance creation of order and structure. Align to other bodies. See the interconnectedness of all things. Strengthen will to connect with others. Surrender to divine will. Enhance self-acceptance. Enhance ability to speak truth. Energize soul matrix. Expand creativity. Balance blocks to giving and receiving. Revitalize and clear blocks. Relax and release doubt about your worth. Strengthen and commit to life and living. Clear perception of not belonging. Clear rigidity and inflexibility. Free limited blocked expression. Anchor and ground at the seat of conscience. Anchor and ground at the seat of conscience. Unease with self, enable relaxation. Enhance divine love for all humanity. Integrate feelings of wholeness. Clear blocks to feeling one with God. Open mind to believe in higher power. Expand light frequencies. Ground and stabilize soul into the body. Harmonize spiritual ecstasy. Open to divine truth. Enhance understanding of light language. Release feeling of specialness or superiority. Enable the ability to see and appreciate beauty. Connect to and comprehend spiritual matters. Willingness to be responsible for self. Expand awareness to see bigger picture. Open to divine inspiration. Infuse rose light of love. Open to visions and insights. Pre-blocked intuition. Thank you. How are you doing? Yolandi, unmute yourself, love. Who's here?
So I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, but I have an intense burning sensation down the right side of my back, and it's been there for a little while during this session. Usually I have like pulses up and down my body, you know that in our sessions, but this session it really it's kind of hurts. So I think it's like probably has to do with all of the energy as opposed to just my own. And I've been trying to lie in different ways to make it go away, but it's not. So it has to be part of what we're releasing today.
Absolutely. I have something I want you to look at. Okay, so let me get this up here so it can be seen.
Yes.
Come on, focus, camera.
You go back a little bit.
Come on, camera.
Right now it just looks like an alien spaceship that's landing.
I know, my camera's not focusing. Let's try again. Here we go.
There we go, yeah.
All right, so just stare at the center of that. Focus on it and breathe really deeply. There may be a device in there that needs to be removed, but this should help you connect with what I want to say, and an anesthetizing agent until we can get that device pulled out for you.
It's actually feeling better.
Very good. Put that down there. There's one more thing that I want to move through and release, and it's around vision and seeing things, and it's not seeing clearly in order to survive. Sometimes we can feel very threatened by the reality that we see around us as compared to the reality that we see in the higher dimensions, and the contrast can be quite stressful. So feel into your body on where you are blocking your vision. Feel where that's coming up for you. It's not uncommon for this to show up around your actual eyes or your third eye, but sometimes it shows up around the heart or other parts of your body. Just bring to mind whatever situations seem to really trigger this deliberate blinding, turning your head away, ignoring of the realities of this world or higher dimensions or both. Bring consciousness to the pattern that you see coming up. Just observe it. Give it space. Allow whatever feelings you have around that to come up. It might be fear. It might feel dangerous. You might be judging yourself for being not strong enough to see those things, or it's amazing the way we judge ourselves. Just acknowledge the judgments that come up around it. See the pattern. Hear the message that it brings. What is it trying to tell you? You chose this as part of surviving and getting along in this world. Why was it threatening? Why did you make the choice to start with? And ask yourself, has it run its course? Has it outlived its usefulness? Is it time to let it go? It may show you when the issue began. Acknowledge it and take the lessons that came from that. It causes imbalances, these kinds of not seeing. So allow your water, your hydration and dehydration to be resolved to normal, flowing state. Any toxins that are coming up, just hand them to your spiritual team. Your council will remove them and take them away. If there's anything you need, receive it now. If it's done damage to your DNA, your spiritual council, your healing team is repairing that right now. If you feel ready to clear, just raise your hand. It really is safe to let it go. Imagine what life would be like if you could let it go. What would your body feel like? How would it change the way you operate in this world? To have access, full access to both realities. To be able to see the pitfalls before you step in them. When we don't see, when we deliberately don't see, there are a lot more traps for us to step into. When we open to see what is, life becomes much safer. Okay. So repeat with me, please, and we'll clear this out. I ask my healing team
I ask my healing team
and God's angels
and God's angels
to release the programming
Release the programming.
Multidimensionally
Multidimensionally.
and to the point of creation
And to the point of creation.
with the grace of God.
The grace of God.
I give thanks
I give thanks
that the truth be integrated
that the truth be integrated
into my matrix
into my matrix
to allow for wholeness to emerge,
to allow for
for
wholeness
wholeness
to
to
emerge
emerge, and mastery at all levels of beingness.
and mastery at all levels of beingness.
I open myself to wider vision,
I open myself to wider vision,
a wider perspective of reality,
a wider perspective of reality,
and to unconditional love,
and to unconditional love,
unconditional truth,
unconditional truth,
and unconditional power.
and unconditional power.
Please allow my eyes,
Please allow my eyes,
physical and psychic,
physical and psychic,
to regenerate and rejuvenate
to regenerate and rejuvenate
back to perfection.
back to perfection.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's everyone feeling? Does anyone have anything they'd like to share? Katie, she gave me thumbs up.
Relaxed.
I'm sorry?
Very relaxed.
Beautiful. Is everyone feeling pretty complete at this point? We're going to do another little rebalancing and then I will go ahead and close out. So repeat with me, please. Healing team,
Healing team,
Grace Elohim,
Grace Eloise.
I command my channel
I command my channel
be open to receive
be open to receive
grace,
grace,
to expand access
to expand access
to my gifts,
to my gifts,
talents,
talents,
wisdom and insight,
wisdom and insight,
my clairvoyance,
and clairvoyance,
clairaudience,
clairaudience,
claircognizance,
claircognizance,
and clairsentience,
and clairsentience,
and that I am
and that I am
a clear channel
the clear channel
to express these
to express these
in the world
in the world
with compassion,
with compassion,
humility,
humility,
and integrity.
and integrity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Healing team in Saint Germain, I invoke the violet flame to burn and transmute multidimensionally in all time frames to infinity and beyond, and the Akashic records, any negative thought pattern, belief, condition, attachment, or alliance that we have made which no longer serves us. I commit to my return home to wholeness. We all commit to our return home to wholeness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so lay back and receive, and we'll go ahead and close out the energy session. Healing team, please return all cell and cell fragments to their rightful owners, fully transformed to love and light. Please align them with our commitment to expand consciousness and become whole in body, mind, and spirit. Thank you. Healing team, please clear, edit, remove, cancel, or burn any redundant files from the Akashic records so that higher vibrational frequencies can be accessed, accepted, and encoded. Thank you. Healing team, please clear and remove all programming that relates to future lives if it is no longer required. Thank you. Healing team, please raise our vibration and consciousness level and balance and align all the levels of the holographic matrix with divine love and light. Thank you. Healing team, please integrate this work 100% gently, safely, gracefully, and easily, keeping the soul clear, aligned, and grounded across all levels, dimensions, universes, realities, and time frames. Thank you. Healing team, please maintain the healing until all the changes have been integrated into the holographic matrix. Please keep all pathways open for continued expansion of consciousness to its highest levels. Thank you. Thank you for this gift of love. It is all done. So how is everyone feeling now that we have wrapped up the session?
I have no more pain.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yolandi, say again?
I don't have any more pain. It's gone. It's gone.
Beautiful. Love it. Flux, did you have something you wanted to share?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh. Yeah, I felt it all in my pelvic area and my solar plexus. Sorry for the noise at a preschool, at my daughter's school. And it's funny because I kept getting this purple light in my third eye, like streaming into me, and like a lot of the fear disappeared. Or just like in my heart, it went away. Hold on, I can stand it. Can you stop that, please, while I'm on the phone? Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. Also, I did feel some burning, and it would go away. Like it would come and go, and like pinpricks or itchiness. I get itchies. But I'm really excited about going out into the world now with like an integrated perspective, because for so long it's been terrifying, you know, and like I don't want to be a part of it, you know, like there's nothing here for me, and I'll get through this and then I'll die and that'll be that. And like,
and you feel differently how now?
Like now it's not like there's no terrifying. It's just a world out there, and it's and being divinely guided, there's no fear, or it is what it is, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Would anyone else like to share? Okay. So as you move forward into your day, I want you to be aware that you've gone through some profound changes here. So be a little gentle with yourself, almost like you're a post-operative surgery patient. This will also have ripple effects that go out into your life. Okay, so things will begin to shift and change. And some of you may start to experience things that are out of the ordinary or out of your usual way of being. I really want to hear about those, okay? Because if they're good things, I love to share the joy of them. If they're uncomfortable things or that are causing you trouble, there are things we can do to moderate those effects. and to bring you back into balance. So we can deal with that as well. If you need to speak with me, you can go to bit.ly, bit.ly/book Zofia Zoom chat, BOOK, Zofia ZOFIA, Zoom ZOMMCHAT, and each of those words is capitalized. And you can get on my calendar for free. We will discuss it, and we'll take care of whatever is ailing you or celebrate whatever wonderful is going on in your life. If you have attended this session, by the way, there are discounts that are available for you if you decide to go on to experience other things with me. I have an abundance session coming up, actually 4 of them in July. They're strictly limited to 8 people in a session. And so it's each Saturday in July at 4 p.m. Eastern. And normally I would charge $67 for a group session, but as part of the summit, I'm offering it for $31. And if you book any other deals with me, session packages, soul contract readings, and the like, you get a 25% discount. So that is what we have going. Take good care of yourself. Take an Epsom salt soak tonight. It'll help to move some of the energy and that sort of thing through. It's not too unusual to have aches or pains in your body after something like this because we've moved a lot of toxic stuff. Does anyone have any questions before we release you back out into the world?
So much, Zofia. This was amazing.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for coming and supporting me in this. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. That was something that stood out. Every time you said thank you, I was like, oh yeah, gratitude. Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Zofia. I loved it. I really did. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was much needed. It was amazing. It was a lot more powerful in a group. You can feel that it's a group versus individual for sure.
Yeah.
Really profound. If you are stuck in something, the group is definitely the way to go because it will blow it out of the water. Thank you, ladies. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.